We have educated everyone in our previous segment on how the CYA program works. Now we're going to walk everyone through the entire CYA process using our example client, John Smith. Just before stepping you through the process, there are some assumptions that need to be laid out regarding our example scenario. John Smith is a 45-year-old male. He makes $80,000 a year. He has an annual $5,000 tax return, and he contributes $8,000 per year to his 401k. His desired age to receive income for retirement is 70 years old. John's family has a history of long life, living well into their 90s. So we have set his life expectancy for him to live until the age of 90 years old. In addition, John is married with a wife who doesn't work. John's total beginning debt is $275,370.51 at the beginning of his first CYA cycle. His total debt includes a mortgage of $231,832 at a 3.5% interest rate for a home purchase price of $250,000. His monthly mortgage payment is $1,077.71. Also included in his total debt is a car loan, credit cards, and monthly expenses. The CYA Financial GPS software uses the money left over each month after all expenses and debts have been paid. The term often used to describe the money left at the end of the month is extra or discretionary income. John did not have much extra or discretionary income available for the CYA Financial GPS software to help accelerate paying down his total debt. But remember, John was receiving a $5,000 tax refund for overpaying his taxes to the government. So by adjusting John's W-4 withholding allowances, he was able to free up an additional $400 a month in discretionary income for the CYA Financial GPS software to help accelerate paying off his debt. John learned in our previous segment that the 401k is only a wolf in sheep's clothing as it pertains to providing income for retirement. So utilizing the CYA method, he had an Index Universal Life, or IUL for short, policy created to be used as a container for his home equity once his house has been paid off. The IUL policy will ultimately become his own personal pension. So John stopped making contributions to his 401k and redirects those payments to his IUL policy. John's IUL policy is set up to maximize his death benefit needed in order to contain the home equity that will be deposited into his policy at the end of the first CYA cycle. As stated in a previous segment, the extraction of the home equity is accomplished through either a refinance or a line of credit. His initial IUL death benefit is set to be $662,592, and the policy is set up with an increasing death benefit. So as money is added to the policy each month through his premium payments and the deposit of home equity, the death benefit will increase. For his second CYA cycle at year 6, when John turns 62 years old, he will then use the reverse mortgage to extract out his home equity and deposit it into his IUL policy. Using the reverse mortgage as his exit strategy, John will alleviate himself from any further mortgage payments to the bank. John and his wife will be able to live in their home for as long as one of them is alive. All the interest for the reverse mortgage loan is deferred to the back end of the loan until both John and his spouse have passed away. Now John begins redirecting those monthly payments that he was paying for his mortgage. He begins to pay himself now that he has taken out the reverse mortgage and alleviated himself from any further payments to the bank. He takes those same mortgage payments that he was paying and now pays himself and redirects it into the IUL policy until age 70. At age 70, John will cease any further premium payments to his policy and begin taking his lifetime income of $115,000 per year, tax-free. Let me say that again. At age 70, using the CYA program, John will cease any further premium payments to his policy and begin taking his lifetime income of $115,000 per year, tax-free, up until the age of 120 years old. He will also have, at age 70, an added benefit to be covered against a critical illness with a lump sum available up to $922,376. In addition, if John is unable to do 2 out of the 6 daily living activities, for example, eating, dressing, walking, going to the bathroom, for example, he would be covered under the chronic illness policy provision to receive $27,610 per month to pay for the living support services. At the point when both John and his wife have passed away at age 90, his beneficiaries will have the option to take the death benefit of $659,990 to either pay off the reverse mortgage and keep the house, or let the bank take the house and his heirs keep the $659,990 death benefit for themselves. It gives the heirs of John options of whether to keep the house or to take the death benefit and use it how they see fit. So in essence, the CYA plan has created an estate plan that John can pass on a legacy to his heirs. So whether John dies too early, lives too long, or is diagnosed with a catastrophic illness, he and his family are covered.
So we're going to give you an example exactly how this software works. So we have a client that's age 45, and when he started in our program on his first cycle, he had a debt of $275,370.51. In the traditional method, he was going to have close to 30 years until he paid off his entire debt. But using our financial GPS software, he's going to be able to pay this debt off in his first cycle in just under 10 years. So as you can see, it would have taken him 30 years, and he would have accumulated $153,526.14 in interest paid to the bank. But using our financial GPS software, he was able to pay it off in under 10 years and only paid $52,374.89. His total planned savings was $101,151. So as you can see, in his first cycle, he was able to pay it off in 10 years. Now, let me open up his illustration for his second cycle. As we mentioned in our segments, the second cycle is when we have paid off the house the first time. We extract the equity out using a refinance or line of credit, so that creates a new loan for us. So as you can see in this illustration that represents the beginning of his second cycle, he now has a debt of $358,213.83, which is inclusive of his normal debts and his new mortgage. In this scenario, he's going to have just over 9 years, but he's not going to pay that out because our exit strategy is our reverse mortgage. But in this second cycle, we're going to scroll down and I'm going to show you in year 6 where our client takes out the reverse mortgage. And as you can see, in year 6, he has paid down principal and he has a total interest savings of $85,544. And at this point, our client is going to refinance. Well, not refinance this time, but he's going to refinance using the reverse mortgage. And now he no longer has any more mortgage payments or obligations to the bank. He then begins to pay himself. And so as I've illustrated in these 2 cycles that we illustrated using our financial GPS software, our client is now controlling their assets. And now they're set themselves up to not outlive their income.